At the heart of sacred history, the worship of Baal emerges, a religious practice that became ingrained in the lives of the ancient Israelites during the times of the Judges. Baal, a deity revered in Canaan and Phoenicia, symbolized power, fertility, and abundance. The Israelites, in various moments of spiritual weakness, yielded to the temptation of forsaking the Lord and worshipping Baal. This change of devotion was particularly pronounced during the reign of Ahab, a king of Israel. He married Jezebel, a Phoenician princess, who triggered a spiritual transformation in Israel. Temples and altars were raised for Baal, and pagan practices flourished. The anger of the Lord was kindled, and Ahab became notorious as one of the most wicked kings in the history of Israel. The influence of the worship of Baal did not confine itself to Israel, it also affected the kingdom of Judah, under some rulers like Ahaz. Idols for Baal were erected, and even child sacrifices took place in blatant disobedience to the commandments of the Lord. Baal was associated with fertility, both in crops and procreation, which attracted people in pursuit of prosperity and abundance. However, the worship of Baal often involved immoral practices, including sacred prostitution and even human sacrifices, an abomination in the eyes of God. The Bible records numerous occasions when the people of Israel abandoned the Lord, succumbing to idolatry and worshipping Baal and other foreign deities. Yet, God never ceased to send courageous prophets like Elijah to confront this apostasy and lead the people back to the worship of the one true God. Elijah, a prophet with a fearless spirit, stands out in history as someone who challenged the prophets of Baal in a dramatic showdown on Mount Carmel. There, before a divided multitude, he proposed a test: each side should prepare a sacrifice, and the God that responded with fire from heaven would be recognized as the true God. The prophets of Baal shouted, danced, and harmed themselves in an attempt to get a response from their God, but in vain. Elijah, in a sarcastic tone, suggested that Baal might be asleep. In contrast, Elijah prepared the altar of the Lord, drenched it with water, and prayed fervently. In response, the fire of the Lord descended from the heavens and consumed the sacrifice, the stones of the altar, and even the water from the trench. This dramatic miracle left the people of Israel proclaiming, "The Lord is God. The Lord is God." 1 Kings 18 verse 39. Idolatry and the prophets of Baal were defeated, and Elijah ordered them to be seized and executed. This story on Mount Carmel not only demonstrated the power of God but also the importance of unwavering faith and trust in God, even in the face of adversity. Elijah, an ordinary man subject to human weaknesses, showed that fervent prayer and courageous action can overcome idolatry and adversity. The story of Elijah is a captivating narrative in the Bible that illustrates the power of God and his response to sincere prayers. He is an inspiring example of how faith and obedience can prevail over idolatry and adversity, and how God demonstrates his power in an extraordinary way when we seek him sincerely. Therefore, may this story inspire us to seek God with fervor, pray with confidence, and remain faithful, regardless of the circumstances. The story of Elijah is a vivid testimony to the reality of the living God and an encouraging example of how faith and obedience can overcome spiritual challenges. Before concluding this fascinating story, I want to remind all Bible history enthusiasts of how important it is to share knowledge. If you enjoyed this story and wish to see more Bible stories, don't forget to leave your like. This small action helps YouTube deliver more Bible stories directly to you and also helps other people discover this knowledge. Speaking of sharing knowledge, why not share this story with a friend or loved one? You never know how a story can touch someone's heart or help illuminate another person's path. If you are not already subscribed to the channel, I invite you to join our community. Click the subscribe button and activate the notification bell to ensure you don't miss any of the exciting Bible stories that are yet to come. Now, I want to hear your opinion. Please leave your comments below with your questions, thoughts, or suggestions for future stories. I love interacting with you and taking your ideas into account. Finally, I want to express my deep gratitude for being part of this channel. Your presence and support are invaluable, and I eagerly look forward to our next gathering in the upcoming story, filled with revelations and teachings from the Bible. May the peace and grace of the Lord always be with you. Until next time.